Today we're talking about John Hamm in space. Apple announced all the phones. And what exactly do we get in the new Forza? All this and more. This is Nerds with Mics. Hello, boys! I'm back! So, hello everyone. I'm Maxwell.
And I'm Travis.
And I'm Justin.
This is episode 68, recorded on September 17, 2017. Nerds with Mics, a podcast about movies, TV show, games, technology, and much more.
Wow. Whoa, I'm impressed.
I'm a little.
You came back with
I'm a little rusty. It's been a couple episodes so I'm not sure what speed I was supposed to be doing this at.
It's
was that did I do it right?
Whatever pace you feel comfortable with,
okay.
Maxwell.
That's a nice long breath. We would really appreciate it if you, the listener, would take a moment and give us a quick rating using the Apple Podcast app. These reviews really go a long way in helping us get higher on the charts.
Are we doing an NPR thing again?
You do whatever you want. Like I said, okay. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Whatever feels right.
This feels like a daydream.
Wait, so did we do the best of episode?
Uh-huh.
And then you were out for 2 episodes after that,
That's right.
So it's been 3 episodes essentially without you on the show.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Disgusting.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
I'm glad to see you're alive.
I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that I didn't get sucked away in a hurricane.
Definitely.
And I was lucky enough as... what have you guys been up to? I'll go first. So I didn't die from a hurricane, and... We left my car here because we needed to rent one that was more economical. And the car was fine, luckily. It was just left in the middle of a Walmart parking lot because everything else around here flooded the week prior when we just got a lot of rain from the hurricane that hit Texas. Well, the house was totally fine. The area, or the apartment rather, all the area around the apartment had a lot of like tree damage and downed plants and such, but... there were some shingles that came off the roof overall, but we're good. We had power when we came back on Wednesday, late Wednesday, like at midnight.
That's great.
That is great.
It sounds like you guys really lucked out.
Yeah, we went up to Atlanta, Georgia, where they have a lot of sweet tea, and it was really nice. I love that area. There's a place called Punch Market, I think is how you say it.
I've been there. They got the games and stuff?
Games and stuff? No.
Oh, just
This
kidding.
was an old Sears and Roebuck factory that they turned into. The first floor is like a bunch of restaurants. Second floor has a bunch of like small, mostly local businesses like clothing shops and stuff. It was really, really cool.
Sounds cool.
So, word is on the street that they like to tow cars during hurricane season. Is that true?
God. Yeah, you shouldn't have brought it up. It's still... it's just too soon. So my girlfriend's car was towed. She left it at the mall, which is right across the street from our parking lot at the apartments here. Just trying to, again, prevent from being flooded because the week prior was like up to my knees in the parking lot. So we just didn't want to have to deal with that in a hurricane. We get back Wednesday at midnight, and they had towed it Wednesday in the middle of the day at some point. And it was such a joke. Like, I was looking at the security officer, and I'm like, I just can't comprehend why somebody during a hurricane, a Category 5/4 hurricane, would think, yeah, we should just tow a car in the middle of a parking lot that's not being used. And he's like, well, we're just following policy. And I'm like, so how long have you been doing this? He's like, 46 years. I said, and not once did you ever say that morally you probably shouldn't follow policy? Like, oh, this 8-year-old kid stole a candy bar or something. And, you know, I could tell he's really upset and he probably won't do it again. But I got to follow policy. And, you know, like, at what point do you just go, yeah, fuck everybody?
That's... I didn't know that this happened to you. I know I saw the Facebook status where you're like, this day can... eat a bag of dicks? Is that what that was related to?
That's exactly what that was related to.
I had no idea. That is stupid. Like, like there's a major hurricane that caused tons of destruction, and some douchebag is sitting there going,
cashing in.
I'm going to tow some cars today.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like
the dumbest thing.
And the towing company, there's like a ton of them around the mall. They used the one that was like 25 minutes away from the mall. So we have to go there, and then after all this big ordeal there, long story short, they didn't want to have
titties.
Yeah, tongue on titties. I wish. They only accepted cash, and we're like, we just drove 25 minutes. We talked to you on the phone. You didn't say
God.
we only accept cash. So we had to find a place that was 15 minutes away with ATM and hope it had power. It was just a nightmare. It took a whole day just to get a car back because the mall also didn't know who towed it. They're like, we don't know who we use. We have to go back to the office and find out. And that was an hour there trying to figure out.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you said it was 25 minutes away, but what year were they in where they didn't accept anything but cash?
I think it was 1815.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the last time.
We didn't have any livestock to trade.
Okay.
The guy said he had been doing it 49 years. I guess he just wanted to just stick with the past, I guess.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
So, guys, enlighten me with more positive experiences.
Me? Okay.
You've been up to quite a bit this past couple weeks.
So I did play a little bit of Destiny again. I haven't got a chance to play it anymore just because I was on a business trip this week in Cincinnati. That was cool, I guess. And then I went to I just had to sit in a bunch of conferences, sessions for this conference, which I learned a lot, but nothing
I'm
that
bored
anyone
just
that's
listening.
listening to this show. Yeah, nothing that anyone listening to this show cares about. I was like, oh, this is really interesting stuff, but you guys will be like, shut up. I did go to the Bengals game, watched them continue to suck, and then I played NBA 2K18. It's incredible. I'm loving it. But I started watching a show, and you guys are going to be proud of me because I am only 4 episodes away from finishing the first season of Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah? How far?
Wow.
Well, it's like 8 episodes a season. I think I'm 4 in.
Yeah.
4 left, so...
Oh, that is awesome.
I'm really digging it, so...
Well, good.
Glad that I
As long as
finally-
you're not dicking it.
Oh, no. Not
The
yet.
timing's perfect, too, because the new season's
Well,
about to drop.
that was my whole thing, is I felt like I kind of missed that ship.
Do you
when
think
it
it
came
was
out.
watching it that pushed you over to Ed to watch it since you would just watch like a really good movie with like a kid's
Same
cast?
kid, yeah. The reason why is Kayla and I had already said once that ship had kind of sailed when it first came out. Everyone was talking about the hype was real, but we didn't get on then.
Yeah.
We'd always said we were going to watch the first season before the second season came on,
Okay.
and we didn't realize it was only 8 episodes. I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually have time to spare. I might watch something else. Who knows?
Well, very cool.
All right.
Maybe Ozark.
Yeah, I do want to watch that.
Yeah. No. I have a coworker that watches it, and it says good. Anyways, I myself just been playing a lot of Destiny. Didn't get to play any last night. Went out and had a few drinkies and sang karaoke.
Oh, man.
Is there any video?
I wish I could have been there.
On Snapchat somewhere probably, but not any physical video that I.
Who on Snapchat needed to send it to me?
Maybe Terry.
Oh, I'm gonna message Terry right now.
But yeah, so that was
I actually
fun.
want to do that.
And other than that, just worrying about my boy Maxwell. Glad you made it home.
Yeah. It was the drive up, by the way, was an 8.5 hour drive. It took us over 13 to get there.
Oh, gross! How was
And that was
trying to get-
overnight, like into the next morning. It was fucking miserable.
Was getting back in just as bad?
Not nearly as bad, no. There was a little bit of traffic on the way back down, but it was pretty smooth.
Yeah. This next hurricane coming up, is it going to avoid you and just go up the East Coast or what?
Wow, we're keeping an eye on it now.
The next
There's a lot of
one-
projections.
I think
Yeah.
the next one's going to
Maria.
kind of skip you guys. It's going to go like up in like, Massachusetts, and then the one after that, I don't know their names, but that's the one you got to worry about.
Yeah.
I think.
I know. Yeah, I think Maria's the one that's getting questionable.
Yeah. So, other than that, that's pretty much all I've been up to. So, Maxwell, over to you, buddy.
All righty then. So shall we get into the real show here?
Yes.
yeah, we can.
Let's.
So movie and TV news. Justin, take it away, my friend.
All right, we've got some big news. Some movie director news. So, first off, Patty Jenkins, who directed Wonder Woman, the box office smash,
Yeah.
will be returning to direct the sequel, Wonder Woman 2, I assume, or maybe Wonder Woman and then some subtitle that we don't know yet. But that's good news because she crushed the first one. And then more news. So we knew that Colin Trevorrow, is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Who cares what his name is, right? He's not doing anything anymore. We know he's no longer doing Star Wars, but they did announce that J.J. Abrams, you may have heard of him.
Yeah.
He did The Force Awakens, Lost, other things. To me, that's basically the chain of importance. But He's going to come back and do episode 9, and with that, we do get a delay. It's being pushed back from May to December 20th, 2019, which I kind of like that because that means we would have had the Han Solo spin-off movie that December, and then turn around and had episode 9 in May.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the year apart.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. But
That's what I thought initially, that it was going to be every single, like, December.
I did too. I was kind of, they were like, episode 9 is going to be delayed. And I was like, oh crap, like to 2020, but it was just later in the year.
Yeah, I'm fine with the delay. I'm also fine with the choice of them getting J.J. Abrams back. I know there was a small group of, well, I don't know what size the group was, but there were some people that was kind of petitioning against having him.
Son of a bitch.
I knew it. I knew he was going to
I knew it too.
Your story.
God.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Well,
Go ahead and read that.
Go ahead, Travis.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Nope, just read it.
There it is. It's highlighted. Oh, it was highlighted.
It's hint. It's not thoughts.
Yeah, so some fans are actually petitioning against Abrams because they felt that The Force Awakens was just a retelling of A New Hope, guys. They don't want Episode 9 to be a retelling of Return of the Jedi. Is that good?
Wow. Yeah, that's really interesting news. That's first I've heard of it.
That's the most interesting news I've heard on this show since killing Guntherman.
God, I hate everything.
I'm going to type up all of your topics going
Change.
forward after that. I was like, oh my God.
That was
Killing
so
Guntherman.
I was just like, I don't think that's right.
Killing Gunther, man. Yeah, God.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
I'm the worst.
But yeah, I can totally understand like not wanting a Force Awakens / New Hope repeat, but everybody loved that movie.
I know.
It was really good.
It was. I'm excited to see him do it because even I don't think it's going to be a retelling. Sorry, but I don't know. I'm happy with the decision. I was kind of afraid they're going to go with someone who wasn't involved. At least with Abrams, they get someone who's kind of been involved in this process the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the guy doing it now?
Ryan Johnson is doing.
I wonder why they. I wonder if he's going to be like partially on it.
People. So from what I could tell, people I think are thinking this movie's going to be the best one, Episode 8. And people wanted him to take over Episode 9, but he said no. I just want to be a fan again. So
Understandable. Too much stress.
Yeah, you imagine the pressure that's on you.
Oh gosh.
Just to at least make the one that you're doing a good one.
Yeah. Some people wanted George Lucas actually to really do Episode 9, and I think it would have been cool if you had like a shock collar on him the whole time.
Yeah.
And anytime he stepped out of line, George. Not that.
Too
No
much,
more sand.
Too much sand. But so with Rey, do we think she's going to lose a limb in this movie?
I hope not.
And if
That's
so,
a good question.
which limb do you
everybody
think
else
it's-
has.
Yeah, which limb do you think it's going to be?
Left butt cheek.
God, I hope not. I'll be so sad.
I don't think she's going to.
I think she's going to lose a leg.
A leg?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't think she's going to lose anything.
Okay.
If anything, I think Kylo Ren might.
I don't know. She already marked him up pretty bad.
Have you heard that theory that
They're cousins, yeah, boring.
no, that Kylo Ren didn't stab Han Solo?
Oh,
Right,
Han
that
Solo
Han
did it.
Solo-
Han Solo turned it on. I think maybe you guys sent me that theory. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I read it like probably a month or two after the movie came out. I think
know.
Travis just found it again the other day.
Yeah, it's really interesting theory.
Yeah, and I honestly think that Kylo Ren will have his Darth Vader moment when he comes back to the light side, but I think it will happen much sooner. I think it will actually happen in this upcoming movie. It's where in the third movie he's totally on the good side.
You think Luke's going to go to the dark side?
I don't know.
Because who are they going to fight
That
against?
would be an epic fight, though.
But who do you think? I mean, who? If Kylo Ren comes to the
Snoke.
light side,
It's Snoke, yeah.
yeah. But do you really think he fights?
Maybe, but then we also have Benicio del Toro. He's not going to be a Sith Lord.
No.
His character was much more mysterious before that Vanity
Yeah.
Fair article.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maxwell, on to the next one.
All right. Who, and I know you already read this, so now I'm irritated again.
No.
I'm just kidding. Who is the best actress to sell you yogurt to help you poop?
Oh, God.
Activia.
Yeah, who is it?
Is it Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, you looked at the notes, Travis, you son of a bitch.
I didn't.
Just
it was
now.
him. No, I didn't.
Just now,
Just now you did. Shut up.
I watched your
You've been
eyeballs
muted.
with my eyes.
I'm going to turn off
All right,
the mic.
anyway. Jamie Lee Curtis, of course. Well, she is back to helping us poop once again in the new Halloween movie. She will reprise her role as Laurie Strode, and John Carpenter returns as executive producer.
That's going to be great.
As a reminder, we did talk about this in the previous episode. David Gordon Green and Danny McBride will be behind the writing and directing of this film, which releases October 2018.
You're right. I completely forgot that they were doing this. That's we talked about that a few weeks or months ago, right?
Your
Months,
surprising is so unsincere. Yeah, you're. So
My
David
principles.
Gordon Green was responsible for Pineapple Express.
So good. That's one of my favorite movies.
I've never watched that movie. Have zero desire.
Are
to-
you serious?
No.
No, watch it.
Oh, it's great.
Watch it.
There's
See, here's the thing. It's like, did you ever watch Half Baked?
yes,
Okay. And that was like, it was a comedy movie where the guys got stoned,
yeah.
right? And this is kind of the same thing. Like, it's a comedy movie. There just happen to be potheads, and it's just so good.
It's like a cheesy action movie at the end too.
And Danny McBride's character is
Oh
great.
my god, he's so
That was like
funny.
one of the first big times I've seen him in a role, and it was great.
You've got to watch it. It's
I've
so
had
good.
these conversations with people about like movies where I feel like you have to be like a pothead to enjoy.
I've never smoked
There's
pot. Love
there's
this
certain
movie.
movies that I feel this way about. Half Baked being one, Pineapple Express being the other. I thought this was a movie, but I guess it was my mistake that it wasn't. I've also never seen Super Troopers
Oh, that movie's fantastic.
because I assumed that was also one of
No.
those type of movies, but I guess it's not. So
I mean, it probably helps if you're high, but it's still funny
Yeah.
without it.
I don't know.
But see, the
Right, and the Pineapple Express, you don't have to, really anything
so
about
good.
pot to
Yeah.
appreciate it.
But like with Pineapple Express, so James Franco and Seth Rogen, they had their roles, right? And then before they started filming, they decided to switch characters.
Oh,
So James Franco plays like the crazy pothead. Seth Rogen's kind of like the more serious of the two.
yeah.
But it's great. You got to watch it.
Okay. Well,
Speaking of Franco
Well,
and Rogen,
I've not steered you wrong yet on a movie, Travis.
I haven't either.
okay. Yes.
What movie?
That one with Harry Potter guy in it.
Which one? Swiss Army Man?
Yeah, it was
You never
terrible.
finished it.
No, I finished it. It was terrible.
You
I
didn't
forgot
like
to tell
it?
you. I didn't see it. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
You're such a douchebag. I hate you right now.
Yeah. All right.
What's your favorite show of all time?
Favorite Lost?
You're welcome. All right,
Yeah,
go on.
that's true.
Maxwell.
Did you say
All
something?
right,
about Seth
you know what's a
Rogen?
great movie? Speaking
Oh,
of great
yeah, sorry.
movies,
What?
The Kingsman.
Yes.
That's a great movie.
Yes, it is.
You know it was an okay movie? Without reading my notes? Man of Steel.
Oh, you.
Why ask?
I'm not going to let you guess.
Yeah. Why ask then?
Because you're going to cheat and read the notes.
I was gonna make up another movie.
I'll just look
You know
down.
what would fix Man of Steel?
Vaughn.
Why aren't you guessing?
If they just didn't make it to begin with.
Yeah.
That might do it.
If they rebooted the whole-
But I was thinking if you took director Matthew Vaughn and let him run Man of Steel 2.
Oh, is that a real thing?
Yeah. Well, this is likely going to happen. He will take on the Kingsman 3 before we get to see it. So that's going to be like a lifetime away before Man of Steel 2 happens. But yeah. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Kingsman was great. Kingsman 2 looks incredible already.
I think it's.
I'm sure it will be.
Did you see The Kingsman?
I did not.
Oh my God, that's a great movie.
If it helps, I want
Butt
to.
stuff.
I like how they have the American version of The Kingsman. They're called the Statements, and they're a bunch of like real cowboys and people. It's kind of.
Yeah.
Is the Kingsman on your Plex server?
It is.
I'll try to watch it. When's the new one come out?
October, I think. Right, Maxwell?
I've got some time.
I don't know.
No,
We
I'm
should-
sorry. It's September 22nd.
Oh, I don't have that much time.
We talk about the stuff on our podcast all the time, but I don't retain like hardly any.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, none of it.
So this guy, the director, he did Kick-Ass, which is
that
really
movie's
good.
fantastic.
He did X-Men First Class, which is one of my favorite X-Men movies. He also did Stardust, which was a weird movie back in the day. Okay. All right. Max, we have all the stories.
I have
See,
all the movie news.
That's what happens when you write your notes. That's amazing.
Listen, I got.
Yeah, it's almost like that last episode, or the first one I missed.
He just
It's almost like,
like killing Guntherman.
I didn't want all your notes to
yeah,
go to waste.
it's almost like all my notes.
I didn't want
were yours.
I didn't want your notes to go to waste, Maxwell.
There was the one where it's like
Did
a
you write
force
any
to
that
be
week?
reckoned with. He's like, oh, see what I did there? And he's like, no, wait, Maxwell did.
Yeah. I gave him credit. I tried to steal it.
Yeah.
All right, so since you two saw it
Yes.
last week,
I seen it twice.
and loved it
Twice.
you'll be happy to know. You son of a bitch.
Can I be honest with you?
You'll be happy to know that. What?
That's my favorite movie of the year so far. I liked it more than Spider-Man.
That's some serious news.
Yeah, it was that good.
Are you gonna let your son watch it?
All the theaters down here are closed, so I cannot watch it. I literally was looking last night. I got out of work at 9 and was like, I'm going to find a fucking place to do this.
Do you want me to
treat.
FaceTime you and just go to the theater?
You'll have the Department of Homeland
Might have
Security
to.
in there. Because that's who actually handles that. Did you know that?
What?
The Department of Homeland Security.
Seriously?
Yeah, if you get caught with a camera in a movie theater, it's them that's called in.
Oh wow.
Because that's what the pressing matters are.
Can we let Maxwell finish his story now?
No.
Look at his face.
I'm sorry.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Sorry, go on.
Spoilers.
You'll be happy to know that the director's cut of It will have 15 minutes of additional footage.
I don't think my butthole can handle 15 more minutes.
You know.
That's interesting.
Just being honest. A lot of pooping.
Real weird.
A lot of pooping.
So I think, I don't know how long it was, 2 hours and 15 minutes or something?
Something like that, yeah.
What are you doing, Travis? You looking it up or just
No,
did you get sidetracked?
My wife texted me. Technical issues.
You got sidetracked?
Yeah. No. Did you guys know? I read this.
Nope.
Oh, let me make sure this isn't farther down in your notes somewhere.
Make sure it's not a spoiler, too.
Yeah, it is technically a spoiler, but it's not technically a spoiler at the same time.
That doesn't make sense, but
Freddy Krueger was supposed to originally be in It as one of the... Well, 'cause- what? Maxwell understands It.
I don't know anything.
So don't say
I
I know
know-
what you're talking about, but he doesn't. Just leave it.
I know Pennywise is a shapeshifter.
Yeah, and he transforms into kids' fears, and Freddy was originally going to be one of the kids' fears.
Yeah.
If you don't notice, like...
Well, wait a minute.
What?
This is set in the 50s, and Freddy Krueger wasn't even a thing.
No, this is set in
one's
89.
80s. The movie's
89. That's what I said.
Yeah, so now the original part, like the storytelling, is like early 1900s. But anyways, the one scene when they're in town, the movie billboard says Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
Yeah.
One of the kids is wearing a shirt that looks very similar to Freddy Krueger's shirt. So supposedly they were going to try to work that in there, but they didn't, which makes me really sad. Maxwell, did you watch that video that you sent, the James Corden skit,
Yeah, that's great.
which had Freddy Krueger in it? Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Yeah, but anyways.
Hey, I got more news. Let's get it
Okay,
going.
go.
So, since I always have these Fathom updates, I just want to let everybody know that Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, is playing in select theaters September 24, 25, not 26,
that's so weird.
and 27. Yeah, they do that every time. This is actually in my top 5 favorite Miyazaki films, so I highly recommend watching it if you have the chance. Interesting bit of info, the 24th and 27th are dubbed audio, while the 25th is actually subtitled with original Japanese audio. I never looked at this previous on the other releases, but I assume they do that every time.
That's cool. That they at least give...
So you may want to like really pick which day you're wanting to
Yeah.
go.
Probably none of them.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
kidding.
Good friend.
I remember the last time you talked about Miyazaki, I was like, yeah, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
We were talking about lame weather.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Well, I actually have some sad news.
Oh, wow.
Do either of you watch Narcos?
No.
Yeah.
Well, tragedy has struck the crew of that show, Narcos, which is the Netflix drama. I hope I say his name right. It's Carlos Munoz Portal. He was a location scout for the show, and he was actually shot and killed while scouting locations for the show's 4th season while in Mexico. His death occurred in one of the most violent parts of the country, and it was actually a part that had the highest murder rates. His previous credits include Spectre and Fast and Furious.
Wow.
Yeah, this just happened, I think, yesterday.
Why would you want to record in the highest murder rate place in Mexico?
I mean, Narcos gets a lot of credit for being just like a very good, gritty show. I mean, they probably just wanted authenticity.
I thought that they discontinued that show. Like it
No,
was...
they're getting ready for the 4th season.
Oh, I'm thinking of Marco Polo or something like that. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, way to bring us back up after that sad story.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Narcos Polo as we play in the pool.
Oh, God.
All right, so who didn't love Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream?
I've never seen Requiem for a Dream, but Black Swan was weird.
But you
It's
loved
good.
it.
There's a lot of this.
Yeah, that did happen some.
Yeah.
Well, you'd probably be okay with Darren Aronofsky's latest film, Mother. because it has an exclamation point.
Meatloaf.
But it has a lowercase m.
Yeah, which is... Well, I just...
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But it's starring Jennifer Lawrence.
J-Law.
Well, if you thought you'd like that movie, you're probably wrong.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Probably all kinds of wrong.
Tell me why.
It is at a 42% viewer rating and 68% critic on Rotten Tomatoes.
You know, I've been seeing that this movie's getting bad reviews, but I still am just drawn to it. I don't know if it's the creepy trailer with the unsettling music or what, but I just really want to watch it. I also really like Javier Bardem. He's just great in everything he's been in, so.
Yeah, and, you know, Jennifer Lawrence is all right to look at, so that's a bonus.
That's true.
But I feel like if it's anything like Black Swan, then people are just walking out of there going, I don't know what the fuck I just watched, and I can't comprehend it, and then they give it a bad review.
If it's scary, though,
I kind of skimmed through some of them, and some people were like, this is just terrible, and then saying that Jennifer Lawrence should stop acting for a bit. And
someone said that?
They were just ripping it apart.
Jesus. She's probably one of the best actresses we have right now.
Yeah. It was referred to as maybe the worst movie of the century.
I just can't see that being true.
And torture porn. Those words were given out. Yeah, just not... now,
look at the Metacritic score.
That's what I was saying. If you look at the Metacritic score, it's 75. IMDb gives it a 6.8 out of 10. So I don't know. I still want to see it because they compare it to the likes of Rosemary's Baby, which is like a pretty old, scary movie. Yeah. But I don't know. It just looks interesting. Maybe it's just beyond people's grasp, or just makes no sense. I don't know.
I don't know. I may or may not see it. I do want to see it, but who knows?
Yeah.
Hey, guys. We got a lot to talk about here in a minute. But before we do that, I want to hear some other shit from some other people that have things to say with their mouths.
All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Mystique Siren. I am partnering up with the guys at Nerds with Mics, and I stream on Twitch. You guys can follow me at twitch.tv/Mystique Siren. It's spelled with a Q and not a C, like Travis has told you 12 times. But you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I always post whenever I go live, so you guys know and you don't ever miss a stream. I mainly stream Destiny. Don't let Justin tell you that it sucks, because it definitely rocks. It's awesome. Just come hang out with me in my stream, and I'll show you the ways. Don't worry. But I also stream Battlefield, Overwatch, and Borderlands. MMOs, RPGs, first-person shooters. I love them. So I will see you there. So just follow. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, it's Nick from the NB Experience YouTube channel. Do you like new and retro video games? Do you like to laugh at stupid and inappropriate things? Do you like to watch people fail more often than not? If you answered yes to any, or all, or even none of these questions, check out the NB Experience on YouTube, VidMe, Twitch, and Twitter. I feature a wide variety of games, from Pokemon to Super Smash Bros. To Shaq Fu. Subscribe to the NB Experience for this and much more.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Two Guys with Raging Goals. I'm Mikey and this is Adam, and every Friday, we bring you a conversational podcast where we put together this set.
Yes.
We do real good work here.
Yep.
There we go, Pikachu.
Hallelujah.
Every Friday, we bring a conversation to this table, and we discuss it for your enjoyment.
Yes.
If you like that, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Two Guys with Raging Goals. You can also head on over to patreon.com/2guysraging. Throw us a couple bucks, keep the lights on, get exclusive perks, like the all-new Harry Potter series, Muggles at Large. You can also listen to Adam click a pen like a psychopath.
All right, guys. So Tuesday, on the 12th of September, there's a little thing called an Apple conference where they unveiled a bunch of goodies. Okay? Those goodies consisted of
Candy,
the new Steve Jobs Theater at their new campus, which was beautiful. It was huge.
Believe me.
And believe me, it's the best theater ever constructed, underground.
It's underground?
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They also introduced new products. So I'm just going to briefly talk about what products were introduced, and then we'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. Okay? Apple Watch Series 3, Apple TV 4K, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10. It's X, but the X is Roman numerals, so it is 10.
God, are you having trouble with that?
With the Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Not 10. 10 is clear as day.
Okay.
I can't confuse that one.
And then they also released, but didn't discuss, the Apple HomePod.
Yep.
It's not out.
It was.
They
I mean, it was
discussed, but
it,
didn't.
on the website immediately after the conference, and it said "new" next to it.
Yeah, but are you sure?
I mean, I don't
It's
know
already
if it's
sold
a.
out. You missed out, man.
No, it's not out till December.
But they put it on the website, and it said "new," and I even. As a Nerds with Mike social media account manager, I took a video, screen video, and uploaded it to all of our social media. So good job paying attention.
I hate you so much.
Well, we even
Maxwell.
talked about it in a group chat.
I love
with
you.
Ben and
Yeah, available
Raphael and
December. Yeah, available December. I was
It's
right.
fine.
Anyways.
Still released
Maxwell
it.
got in the beta program.
Yeah,
Announced
so...
But the hurricane took
Well,
it.
yeah, but they announced it the last keynote. That's why it wasn't important to even bring up. They announced it at WWDC, but it's fine. Whatever, guys.
All right.
All right.
Apple stuff.
So, Maxwell, we'll start with you because I know you'll have a lot to say. What'd you think about the conference? What you liked? What you didn't like? What you think was a waste of time?
All right. Well, I thought the new conference center, or whatever, the campus, was gorgeous, and the way that they have like nature merging with everything was incredible. Your video froze, but we're back. We're good. Apple Watch 3, they have a bunch of new bands. That's cool. When they showed the phone, I was like, oh God, here it goes. And then they never showed the front of it. And I was like, well, shit. Are they going to show the front of it? And then they did, and it was a regular like iPhone 7 screen.
Were you
I was like,
immediately
oh,
bummed?
Shit, yeah. I was like, all right, well, maybe they'll go, oh, but wait. And then they stretch this, like digitally stretch it and go, the screen is actually all the way to the edge or something.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. And then I said, okay, so they are definitely going to talk about a second phone because also the camera was not up and down. But the watch seemed a little bit appealing just for the cellular service.
Yeah.
I like that they said it works with just your phone number. You don't need a secondary number because I know Samsung watches are a pain in the ass with that. Apple TV 4K. Yeah, it was just kind of like, okay. Been waiting on that for way too long.
Yeah.
The iPhone 8 is okay. And the iPhone 10, I think the screen on the front of it is gorgeous. I do not like that it's missing the fingerprint scanner whatsoever. I hate that it relies solely on your face because I don't want to go up to pay at an Apple Pay terminal and have to look at the damn phone before I can make my payment. Because I'll have conversations with somebody next to me or the cashier, and I'll just put my phone up on the thing, which is usually waist high, and then just have eye contact. Yeah, I mean, it's just so weird. It's like disconnecting us from human life even
That's what
more.
they want.
Although it's a split second, I'm sure it's just I'm overworking it here, but...
Do you think that you'll start using your Apple Watch more for Apple Pay as opposed to your phone now that you can just tap it to the point of contact, or no?
No, don't you still have to tap your button on your watch?
No. Well, you just double tap the side button that brings up your card, you tap it. You don't have to do anything.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that
Because you still have to do that with the phone.
Your video froze.
Aside from looking at it, but
just kidding. Came back. That was awkward.
Yeah, that was really weird. What else you got? Anything?
I think that's it. If you guys start talking about similar stuff, it might remind me. But
yeah, one of the things that I kind of was disappointed by, just going off what you said, was I feel like the $10 price point for the because the cellular service I think is going to be $10 for the watch.
Well, I think it depends on the carrier, so $5 or $10.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 10 from what I've seen across the board, but that's not for sure. I feel like if it's using the same number and you're not getting a separate number, it'd be nice if it was closer to $5.
It'd be nice if it was just included with your phone.
Yeah, I mean, technically I would assume it's using still the same data plan and whatnot, but it is technically a new device that you're adding onto your line, so maybe that's why. But I do like the fact that literally you can just leave your phone, like if you want to go for a swim or you want to go kayaking or if you want to go for a bike ride and not take your phone, like literally you're still able to get all your messages, phone calls, all that type of stuff without having your phone nearby, which is super cool.
The stuff I was actually more interested with the watch was the fact that Siri talks, that it's probably worth using speed-wise, along with Apple Music everywhere you go. I wonder if Spotify will work that way. And then the fact that they updated everything so it's almost like a healthier thing for your body. Like it's going to pay attention a lot more to when your heart rate changes.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I like that idea.
Right too.
Yeah, I like that idea as well. I think the big thing is for me is the processor is 70% faster than the Series 2. That's pretty drastic. Like 70% faster than literally the last generation that came out in, was it March, I think? Maybe.
I think so.
So that's pretty drastic, which allows Siri to have a voice and be able to talk on the watch. So that's kind of nice. What about you, Justin? What were some things that you've seen?
So basically everything you guys have said. I'm a real big fan of the Apple Watch having cellular data or cellular service. That's great. The iPhone 8 is for people without iPhone 7s.
Yep.
It's just kind of a rehash.
Yeah.
One thing you guys haven't mentioned yet, which is kind of neat, was the wireless charging.
Yep.
I do like how you can kind of get that mat. I think you can do 4 items at once.
Yeah.
And that includes your AirPods.
The Air Power or whatever it's called.
Huh?
It's called Air Power.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know it had a name. Your watches and your 8 and 10 phone.
Yeah.
Which...
Yeah, the only thing I was disappointed by is the AirPods, which they also showed charging. You have to buy a separate wireless charging case, which I don't know what the price point like that's going to be like. I like the camera upgrades to the iPhone 10. The ability to
front-facing camera is legit.
Yeah, the front-facing camera, which also uses facial recognition, which will allow you to have the portrait mode selfies now, which weren't in the previous generation of the iPhone. Also, the portrait lighting on the face, which the 8 and the 10 will get, where you can literally just take a selfie yourself and it will help do lighting on just the face, which is kind of neat. Obviously, with Face ID, you have the animated emojis, which is kind of fun. It's kind of funny.
It's the only selling point for me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm going to spend $1,000 to get that emoji.
One of the things that I wish they would have done, because I don't know how it's going to be, is I'm fine with, I'm a little different than Maxwell. Like, I'm fine with the Face ID being the only way to unlock my phone. Like, I get that. But the fact that they didn't integrate a home button, like that you can force press on the screen to exit out of apps, you just simply swipe up, which, I mean, that sounds simpler in theory, but I'm so used to doing that when I'm just scrolling through whatever app I'm using. I'm just wondering if it's going to make me have to relearn how to interact with my phone.
Because that home button's been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
And,
it has, but the thing is like they introduced literally the last generation, they introduced having the home button that wasn't a physical moving thing, and then which I guess it's still relevant in the 8, but you would think where the screen is 3D touch that you would be able to at least 3D touch at some point on the screen and it maybe act as the home button. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I get that to the point where they couldn't do the Touch ID sensor on the screen anywhere, and I know they didn't want to do it on the back like the Samsung phones, right?
How do you summon Siri on this? I didn't...
Side button, you just double tap.
Okay, gotcha.
Or you hold, one of the two. One of the cool features I thought, because one of the big things has been security with, obviously, the Face ID. So the Touch ID sensor is 1 in 50,000, they said, as far as likeliness of somebody having your fingerprint. The face is supposed to be 1 in a million. But one of the big things is like, some people are concerned about having your phone unlocked just by somebody picking up your phone or holding it, or if you're obviously getting held up by somebody or whatever it may be, or a cop tells you to unlock your phone and it's within your rights not to do that. Like, can they just put the phone up to your face? Well, you can actually hit a combination of 2 buttons on the side, and it will require, before you hand it the phone, you can just hit that, and it will require a passcode to be typed in.
That's great.
So I think that's kind of neat that it has that feature built in, because I know that's been a big concern from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
sounds annoying though, and that's the thing. Like, some of the stuff is cool,
Yeah.
but by removing things, it also makes things more inconvenient.
yeah, I like
Siri thing is I don't like that you have to push the side button. Although, I mean, since the iPhone 6s, you could just say, "Hey Siri," if you set it up.
Right. Sorry for those that your phone went off by mistake. But But yeah, I mean, overall, I was pretty happy. I mean, honestly, and this is going to sound silly, I think the thing I was most excited about was the 4K version of the Apple TV.
What?
Because I've been waiting for so long to have 4K content on my TV and not have to use the built-in applications.
Just get a Roku. It does 4K. It's been doing it for years.
Yeah, but I don't want a Roku. I like having the same ecosystem for everything.
I don't buy anything from iTunes anyway, so it works for me.
Well,
How's Alexa working in your house?
I don't have Alexa anymore. She's long gone. Anyways,
Oh,
Who do you
okay.
have now?
I have nothing because I'm waiting on the HomePod. Anyways, yeah, as soon as the HomePod got announced, I was like, okay, bye.
Did you all see the South Park episode this week?
No, but I heard about it.
Did you see it, Maxwell?
No, I need to watch
It
it.
was good.
But one of the cool things that they're doing on the Apple TV, which I know you said you don't buy anything through iTunes, is that any HD version of a movie that you purchased or redeemed through iTunes that has a 4K version available, you automatically get upgraded to the 4K
That's cool.
version. Also, the 4K copies are going to be literally the same price as HD, so you're not paying a premium to buy a digital version of 4K. That's
cool.
Which is kind of
That's nice.
Which I don't know how they work that out, because generally if you look at the cost of Blu-ray 4Ks versus regular Blu-ray movies, there's about a $10 difference. So the fact that they were able to work out with most of the people, I noticed that on screen though there was a few people that wasn't up there, like Disney wasn't up there. It was like Paramount and some of the other ones, but Disney was not one that was up there. But of course they're just now getting to the point where they're starting to release 4K content.
I think
So
Guardians is the only one, right?
that was the first one, yeah. And now with them having their own streaming service, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So
Spider-Man Homecoming will be in 4K though, but it was
Correct.
kind of Sony.
yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Anything else that anybody wants to add?
I want the iPhone 10.
Are y'all gonna? Oh, I guess that brings us to our last question. What out of these list of things do you see yourself buying within the next 6 months to a year?
iPhone 10.
And that's it on that list.
Maybe the Apple Watch. My Apple Watch, you notice I'm not wearing it. The battery's really taking a beating.
You sure you didn't sell that to get ready for the 3?
No, it's sitting at
kidding.
home. If I wear it for
Yeah,
a whole day, it takes like over a day to charge.
Really?
Yeah.
That ain't
Wow.
That ain't right.
That's weird.
Yeah. Not over a day to charge. I misspoke. If I wear it for a whole day and drain the battery, if I charge it overnight, it's only got 50% of the battery the
Weird.
next day. So I don't know how long it actually takes to charge, but
Yeah,
I usually will wear it a day, skip a day.
that's really
Kind of annoying.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's strange. What about you, Maxwell?
Well, I have the first generation watch, and for a long time said that I wouldn't buy another one, and I think I still feel the same way.
Okay.
The cellular.
I think when this
feature's nice.
thing, I think when this decides to eat dirt, I'm just gonna go back to regular watches.
Yeah, I think the design is the biggest piece for Maxwell. I don't think he's crazy about the design.
You know, I'm not either.
Design, and I don't use enough of the functions, and if anything, it's just like I know who texted me,
Yeah.
and then I don't have to pull my phone out. And it's the first generation. It's so damn slow to do anything. I think that's probably a big factor for me. I mean, I might try out a 3 at some point, like playing with somebody else's, and then go, wow, this is incredibly quick, and you can really do a lot. But
Yeah.
I don't know, not sold yet.
Yeah, I haven't really seen the need to upgrade until now. I mean, I'm like you. Mine is starting to finally get sluggish to the point where I pretty much just use it for notifications at this point. So
Yeah.
Like, I don't respond with my watch.
I used to, like when I first had it, but now that it's slowed down,
It's
I don't.
basically a middleman between me and my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's basically how it goes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just.
Yeah. All right,
know.
Justin. Well, I think you have the next story,
All right.
gaming story.
Well, there is no stopping PUBG, also known as Playerunknown's Battlegrounds. The game has broken Dota 2's most players on at one time record. It passed the game for the first time a few weeks ago for having the most players online, but now it's actually broken the Steam peak most concurrent players on at a time record at 1,349,584 people.
Wow.
Dota 2's previous record was 1,291,328.
And the game's not even.
Is this game still a pre-release?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Is that early access?
That's what I was getting ready to say. This game is still early access. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, which I think their plan is to actually do full release in December.
Yeah.
That's when the console version will come out too. Actually.
Yeah, and if you think about it in theory about what the premise of this game and just the replay value, you're literally doing the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
Which I guess technically,
But
and-
it's so. See, that's the thing with Siege.
yeah,
You are technically, you have the same mission each time, but there's a million different variables that make each time
Yeah.
feel different.
yeah.
So,
I could see this game though.
Yeah.
This game is definitely more fun when you're playing with friends though versus when you're playing by yourself.
sometimes. I feel like when you play in a squad, it sucks.
Really?
Because now duos is great. With a squad, you've got 4 people that you've got to supply with armor, med kits, guns, and ammo. And it's hard.
I guess if you had 4 friends, you could always do 2 teams of 2.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Well, with duos, you have somebody that's got your back.
Yeah.
And then there's still enough guns, ammo, and armor to go around between the 2 of you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. We still haven't played that yet.
Travis?
Yeah.
You got some Fortnite news, don't you?
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
There's something in front of that?
Yeah, there's something in front of it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was so confused.
I am too.
I was waiting on.
When I brought it up earlier, he was like, "Nope."
Yeah,
You'll find out.
No, I'm just gonna remove it.
What was it? Well, now you can't do that.
We don't need to talk about it. It's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead, Travis.
He must have looked at the time. That's what it was. All right. So Fortnite, which.
Yes.
This is an old story. Is that what you're about to tell me?
News alert
breaking news.
for all of our listeners. We have Justin McElroy
Oh, okay.
from My Brother and Me, from the Adventure Zone, which you guys have been watching. Also the My Brother and Me TV show. Sawbones. There's about 1 billion things that he does. This gentleman lives right down the road from you two, and he is going to join us. I'm talking. It's like I'm talking to you two, but I'm talking to our audience. Justin McElroy will join us on what is the date?
I don't know. It's a Wednesday, 27th, maybe.
It's a Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month. So we're going to record the episode. If you guys have any more questions that you would like, we got a bunch in. So we might be set, but if you got like a really good question, shoot us an email or hit us up on social media, and we will ask Justin McElroy a question for you guys. But look forward to that. It'll be at the release at the end of the month or the beginning of October.
I'm really excited for the interview. The more and more I've listened to the Adventure Zone,
It's so good.
the more and more I'm getting excited for this interview. Because Justin, how many episodes have you listened to?
4.
Justin plays Taco, right?
I thought that
Or was that
Taco?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taco is by far the best because he just goes. He just goes in and out of that character, and you're just like, it feels like there's 4 people playing the game.
Yeah.
Like he just feels like he's basically telling Taco what to do, and Taco is just sitting beside of him. It's just the best. Like I just finished episode 10.
Oh God,
dude, and it's It's
is
so
Barry
good.
Blue Jeans still alive?
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Oh no.
Yeah, but dude, and the thing is who is the DM? Maxwell?
It's Griffin.
Griffin.
I don't know if he came up with the story itself, like if he's done all that from scratch or whatever, but the story.
Well, so the episodes, I'm going to try to pull them up here real quick just so I can see where you're at as far as
I
episodes.
could explain to you where I am based off the storyline. I don't know if that'll help you, but
all right. So let's see. Episode 5.
It is.
Oh, they don't really have titles. Episode 10. Well, I know that. Okay, so yeah, you're past it. It's like the first 5 episodes or something. He took a lot of it out of a book because they were still learning how they wanted this game to go. They haven't really done it yet. And then everything is just like after like 4 or 5 episodes, he is just writing the stuff himself.
It's so good.
And it just gets better and better.
It's so good, and just the way that Griffin describes everything, and just the banter back and forth, and the fact that their dad plays with them just adds
great.
Just adds a whole nother flavor to it. Like it's just fantastic.
You know how Arby's does the pop culture references with their social media marketing?
Yeah.
They did one for the Adventure Zone the other day.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. 'Cause
Really?
Justin McElroy tweeted it out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
What?
I
I
replied
missed
back
that.
and said, "That's how you know you've made it." I mean, it really is. That's just like
That's awesome.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes me sad that I'm only 10 episodes in when I look at how many episodes total there are.
Yeah.
Because there's like 60 some
Oh,
episodes
God, I
or
know,
50
there's so
some
many
episodes,
episodes. I can't wait though.
but it's so good.
My
Like,
biggest problem is that I usually when I'm in the car, I'm with my son,
yeah.
and there's a lot of words they say
Yeah.
that he doesn't quite know.
Is now? I remember you guys talking several months ago. Is this the show that they eventually came out with an animated thing for, or no?
No,
Or is that
that's
something
Harmon
else?
Quest.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and
So
which season 2 of Harmon Quest came out on the 15th, by the way.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just pulled it up. That's incredible.
Oh, the umbrella staff and the axe. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
gosh.
so good. We'll have to bring that. We'll have to make a note of that and
Yeah.
bring that up because that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so yeah, Fortnite amazingly appears to have a PS4 crossplay and Xbox One players, which we know that's always been like a huge thing. Like Sony absolutely does not want crossplay, right? They've openly stated it. Well, anyways, PS4 version of Fortnite. There was a player that was actually shot by an Xbox One player, according to the video. There was a video online that came out. It was basically a game clip or whatever. However, it looks like it could have been a big error. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
A big arrow?
A big error.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. In Fortnite, Epic Games, obviously it's a co-op survival adventure. The video shows the guy is playing on PS4, but what's unusual is that he gets killed by a gamer with the ID ZCypher9, claiming it's an Xbox One player. And they actually looked it up. It was an Xbox One player. They tried to look up the gamer tag for that on PS4, and it doesn't exist. So
I don't know. This kind of has hoax written all over it.
yeah, I don't know.
Just happened to be recording. Just happened to want to look up that guy's gamer tag.
Maybe it was clickbait. I don't know. But you know, I mean, if the game is in beta, which I really want to play the game, but here's the problem: you have it on. Did you ever buy it or no? Or did you just do?
Sure, buddy did.
Okay, so I have a problem with this. So it's $40 to get into the early access.
Yeah.
But this is the only game that I've seen that you can get. Well, I'm sure there's more than this, but it's the first that I've seen where you pay $40 to get into early access, but when the game's actually released, it's free to play.
Yeah.
So I refuse to pay $40 for a game that's going to be free when it comes out. So,
Wait.
yeah, exactly.
It's free to play in the sense that you don't
It's
have
kind of like
to...
you're funding the game now to have.
But
beta
when it
access.
actually releases, it will be free to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
So imagine before like Dota came out, you paid $40, and then when the game actually came out, it was free. Yeah, I just can't justify paying the $40, even though I really want to play it, because they added a. There's a mode on the PC version now that's just like PUBG.
Is that just PC?
Yeah.
I thought it was on Xbox One.
It's on test servers, so it's just in the PC
that
version right now.
sucks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they added a mode that's just like that, which is kind of cool. So, all right, Justin.
Well, so far the Switch is making good on its promise to deliver more third-party games. I'm not talking about those stupid Rabbids games from Ubisoft, even though we did just get one. At the latest Nintendo Direct, they announced that Bethesda would be porting over Doom.
Which is neat.
That's neat. Yeah. But they also announced Wolfenstein 2 will also be coming to the Switch. I believe they said that'll be coming early 2018, so it will not be coming out when it will. I know. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You alright? You need a bean dip?
I'm gonna stop caring about Wolfenstein 2 by the time it comes out.
Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein 2.
I just can't help it. It's just so funny. Wolfenstein 2 is one of my most anticipated games of the year. This is huge because that's a game that I imagine will be a pretty powerful game on such a tiny portable console.
We'll see what it's like.
Yeah, we'll see.
But so to that point, NBA 2K, they just pretty much revamped their entire game this year. The graphics have been increased on next gen consoles, all that stuff. You bought it on the Switch.
Yeah, and actually, I ran a Twitter poll.
Okay.
Let me pull up the results here. I asked people on the Twitter web.
On the Twitter web.
I said, "Hey, Twitter peeps, what console are you playing NBA 2K18 on?"
Am I going to be surprised by these results?
I got 22 votes. Not great, but more than any other poll I've ever put out there. 23% are playing on Xbox One, 18% on PS4, 4% on PC, and a whopping 55% on the Switch.
Wow.
That's crazy.
What the hell?
You think it's just, I mean, do you think as far as the graphics go, like people are thinking they like the idea of being able to play anywhere?
It is the full game, completely uncompromised of any features. The only difference is there's a slight graphical. It's just not up to par as the Xbox One, PS4. I would say it's better than the Xbox. It's somewhere in between the 360 and the Xbox One.
Okay.
Leaning more towards the 360.
But
Not GTA 5.
Yeah.
Good though. It's kind of hard to place.
have you played online yet with the Switch version?
No, but I'll be honest with you. I don't really play this game online. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just not that good.
Honestly, it sucks if you don't talk to the people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I did play one street ball game, and I found this one guy was streaming, and every time he just tried to get the ball and like do some flashy dunk for his stream. Well, me and the other guy picked up on this, and we just froze him out for the whole game. We just wouldn't
Did you watch him fall apart online?
We just wouldn't pass him the ball. Yeah.
Okay. That's fancy.
So, listen, playing online, there's certain games that you just can't do that with unless you're a pro, because Street Fighter, any kind of one-on-one fighting game, forget it.
Huh? When you played it,
oh yeah,
that
same
guy
thing.
Oh yeah.
You did your special, and he just went, nope.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Which Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out this week.
Maxwell, I think, is less excited about this after playing the beta.
Oh God.
Yeah, no excitement.
Zero excitement.
I wanted it.
Did you play the previous ones?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you might like it. Fighting games for me just haven't been the same.
I just thought it was exciting that it was going to have like a campaign.
Yeah.
But Maxwell seems to think that might have been the problem. Maybe they should have focused more on the game itself.
What are we going to do with you?
Spank
These hurricanes changed you.
All right, guys. Well, so Maxwell, since you've been back, have you got to play any Overwatch?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
Actually.
Let me tell you about. No, don't have to tell me about it. Okay. But what I will tell you is, let me tell you about something that Overwatch killed. Okay, so
oh God.
So there was a game that came out 3 weeks prior to Overwatch, a game that Justin and I were suckered into buying. We weren't suckered; we just bought it.
It's not a bad game. I just don't.
Yeah. So Battleborn, which is the game that came out, it plays. It's a mix between. God, Marley. It's a mix between Overwatch and
garbage.
No, Overwatch.
Poop.
What are those type of games where you have lanes and stuff? Yes,
League of
Overwatch
Legends.
and League of Legends. It's a colorful game just like Overwatch, cartoony characters. However, it's been announced today. It's only been out for a year and a half, just like Overwatch almost, and it is no longer getting any updates.
Didn't they do that with Evolve also?
Yeah, and Maxwell bought into that game.
Same developer and everything.
Yeah, so
yeah, I did.
15 months after the launch, Battleborn launched in, actually, I think it was May 2016. Yeah, so 3 weeks later, Overwatch obviously dropped. Yep. So cutting its launch price the same day that Overwatch dropped, they cut their prices in half. Okay, so the game went from 60 to half that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, the two obviously were rivals. The genre, obviously, hero-based shooters. But Battleborn obviously could not gain the fan traction that Overwatch could.
It just wasn't very good.
Yeah, it didn't have the same type of lore. Just it's Blizzard, right? So, but in June they announced that Battleborn was going to go free to play, and that was really the first thing that we had heard about it since launch. But now comes the news that they're no longer going to.
Not even free to play anymore.
Nope, not even going to update the game anymore. So, if you got that game and you never bought Overwatch, I'm sorry.
Yep.
So,
Travis.
Yes.
You used to have an internet cap, right?
I still do.
You still do. What is it?
1 terabyte.
That's not too bad.
I'm almost over it, and I still got 10 days left. So.
Oh my God. Well.
Oh God.
Are you picking up Forza 7?
No, I don't. I'm not. I'm a Horizon fan. I'm not.
Too, but even on your Xbox One X, you don't see those sweet cars.
Maxwell would probably pick it up if he had an Xbox. Listen.
You know what, Maxwell? I knew that. I got a story to tell you,
What?
and
God.
it didn't happen, and I'm sorry. But
He almost bought you something.
Huh?
He almost bought you an Xbox.
No, well, in a way, kind of. Amazon had a pricing error the other day, and you added the Xbox One S to your cart, and then it applied a promo code that made it free. I checked out with one, and I was going to send it to you if it came in. I knew it was a long shot, but it didn't, so I'm sorry.
Did it let you check out?
Huh?
Oh,
It let you
sad.
check
It
out?
lets you check out, but then the next day Amazon's like, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, that happened on QVC day before yesterday. There
Destiny 2
was
was
$0.
Oh, I thought it was $1.
Oh, maybe $1.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Anyway, so Forza 7, you're not going to buy it.
Actually, I probably will because I want those sweet, sweet graphics.
I knew it. Well, you better hold on to your data cap. Is that where it is?
Yeah, this is my data cap down
Okay.
here.
Are you gonna buy it
boy.
digitally or on a disc?
Digitally because my game show partner can get it.
Okay. Well, just so you know, if
Yeah.
you were to buy it on a disc, that disc would have about 45 gigs of data.
That is the size of about a Blu-ray, yes.
Yep. However, you're then required to download an additional 50 gigs of the game.
Oh my gosh.
I would assume that the digital version of the game is just going to be one big 95 gigabyte download. That is insane.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. That's
Holy
almost
shit.
1/10 of your data cap.
Just put 2 discs in there.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
What happened to that? Games used to have 4 discs.
2 discs in there.
He did.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. Yeah, no, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That's
What
massive.
do you do? What do you do if you are one of the unfortunate people that have an Xbox with no internet?
And no hard drive past the 500 gig.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you just don't play that game. I know that some games like GTA 5 and Ark have gotten close to that with updates over time. But this is out of the box, I assume, before any of the Season Pass content.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Forza always has like a million cars you have to buy.
Yeah.
Season Pass wise. But I don't know. It's crazy. But Travis,
Yes.
you have some news for me?
Yeah. So miscellaneous news. So we all love Star Wars. Did anybody watch Mad Men by chance?
No.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I heard it was a pretty good
Couple
show.
episodes.
I never watched it. Anyways, Mad Men's John Hamm with 2 M's, not to be mistaken with John Hamm with 1 M.
Yep. He's good too. Equally
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, he will actually voice Boba Fett in a new Star Wars audiobook. So there's a audiobook coming out called Certain Point of View, which is somebody by the name of Del Rey.
That's the publisher.
Yes, it's the publisher. They're going to be releasing about 40 stories total. Okay. But they're all going to be upcoming Star Wars collections, which is kind of cool. But they're about episode... Which episode's that?
Huh?
Which
Episode 4.
I just wanted to make a joke. I'm sorry. Anyways,
Oh, jeez.
gotta poke fun at myself. Anyways,
I'm dying.
but the publisher has enlisted the talents of Mad Men's John Hamm, Star Wars Battlefront. Is that Janina? How do you say her last name?
Gavin Carr.
Yeah, that's
Gavin Carr?
the female lead in Battlefront, right?
Oh, yeah. How did you describe her?
I can't remember actually. It's been so many episodes ago.
Okay.
Also, American Treasure Neil Patrick Harris.
He's great.
Yeah, so those are going to be 3 amazing voices for these stories. From a certain point of view, is 40 stories obviously total, written by a different author. About each character is going to be written by a different author, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of
Yeah.
a McElroy brother, don't you have some news about this and another brother?
This and another brother. Yes, Griffin. So
Griffin?
he actually wrote in. I don't think they said specifically though, like which story he wrote in for, but Griffin McElroy actually wrote in some stories for these audio
That's great.
book series.
That's cool.
Which is kind of cool. It'll obviously be some time probably before we see if that comes to light or which characters obviously that takes place. But I think that's super cool. It seems like they have their hands in everything, right? I read this. Obviously, I got this story from Polygon, which we know those are the McElroys are. Well, one of the McElroys is an editor at large. Is that right? Or all of them?
Justin is, and then Griffin's like a
Chief
awesome
Awesome
up
Man.
there.
That is.
I just want a job where that's my title.
Yeah, exactly.
Chief
So-
Awesome Man.
So I just don't understand how they don't have enough time in the day to have their hands in all these different projects.
Yeah.
We try to do a podcast once a week, and it's a struggle. So,
Yeah.
so anyways, all right, Maxwell,
Yeah.
over to you, sir.
Well, awkward transition here because I'm going to hand it right back to you so that we can get into
Pick of the week, ba-da-da.
Pick of the week. Ba-da-da.
As soon as I hand it over,
It's the first time
yeah,
in a
it was
long
great.
time that it worked.
Last week, we don't want to break your heart, Maxwell.
Last 2 weeks we crushed it.
Yeah, because you were here for the delay. We crushed it.
Did you listen to the last 2 episodes?
No, he didn't. He hates
Okay.
us.
Okay.
I did. Yep.
That was
A
the
lot of
last
bean
one. The one
dips and
before that,
booms.
were there any bean dips and booms?
No,
I know.
there
Bean
wasn't.
Dips.
No, but there was
Guntherman.
Guntherman.
We should say thanks to Terry actually for sitting in last week.
I don't want to thank Terry.
You don't want to thank Terry?
No.
Never mind, Terry. Screw
No,
you.
thanks, Terry, for nothing.
No.
Oh, also, I meant to tell you. So you remember, and Terry, if you're listening, you remember last week when we recorded, we had a 25-minute conversation about it.
Yeah.
And Terry said, "Yeah, the review's almost done."
Oh! That turd.
Yeah. Did you guys enjoy reading the review?
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay. Just
The
making
review's
sure.
almost done.
Yeah.
What
so,
a joke.
Yeah. So not only did
Screw
he
you,
beamed at me
Terry.
20 times, he also came up with no review. So he's definitely dead to me.
How much Destiny has he played?
A lot.
Well,
A lot.
you know what?
Yeah. Maybe
Does
he should
game
write a
already?
review for Destiny.
Huh?
Maybe he'd write a review for Destiny.
Yeah, right. Our guy Beckett, he has a new review out for Overwatch. A year later, he finally got around to it. and wrote his thoughts on the game of year after its release.
I think that's a good point of view, honestly, because they've added a lot of content after that. It's relevant for Maxwell because he didn't get into it until almost a year and a half after its release. So
he's writing another review too, but I forget what for.
I was told to tell you to compliment you, Maxwell, on your Overwatch impersonations by Terry. He really liked this.
Thanks.
What
And
do you think, VidMe also?
Yeah, VidMe. Listen, Maxwell, I'll let you talk about that at the end of the show. So let's go ahead. We're in pick of the week section. So
yeah, we said pick of the week.
Yeah, so let's go through that, and as part of closing, we'll talk about VidMe. So,
okay,
good.
My pick this week is Stranger Things. I finally, a year later, am hopping on this train. Gonna ride it until it stops taking me places. Right now, it's an emotional roller coaster. It's nuts, and I have a feeling for some reason I picture Winona Ryder as her character
in real life.
Even like before I watched the show, I just assume that's how she is.
Well, she used to steal socks from department stores, so she's probably close to that in real life. So.
Yeah, but it's just really good, and I hate that I didn't watch it sooner. But I'm glad. Hey, better late than never.
Yeah, and you're coming right off of this into the next season and Halloween, so you're just gonna be there, man. So that's good.
Speaking of better late than never.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
So speaking of better late than never, I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. By watching that, I mean almost the first episode. Almost all of it. That show's like 10 years old, but it's so good. And I know the next season's coming up. There's no way I'm going to be able to squeeze it all in. That's what she said. Before the next season starts, but I'm already in love with it, and this is like the pilot episode. It's just fucking great.
Well, good. I've not seen a single episode of it. I know a lot of people are Larry David fans, but I have not. I have not seen any of it.
I think you actually said he annoys you, didn't you?
He seems to. I've seen some short bits with him on
Saturday Night Live.
Maybe Saturday Night Live, and I don't know.
He plays Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
He's related to Bernie Sanders.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he really is.
Seriously?
Yep. They found that out after the fact.
That's awesome.
No, seriously. Google it.
Okay, I don't want to. All right. My pick of the week is actually a podcast from a friend of mine called Historical Controversies. I am not generally a fan of history. I don't. Well, not that I'm not a fan of history, but I don't invest a lot of time in learning things that I don't know. Maybe that's what I should say.
You're a comedy gold tonight.
Yeah. So, but no, this episode is really interesting because he looks at all these crazy things that's happened in history, things that you don't generally hear about, and it could take place at any point in time through history. The last episode I listened to, he talked about how the CIA back in the day used to secretly make coworkers trip on LSD without letting them know, and then just all this weird stuff that has to do with like, huh? Yeah, but he talks about all this stuff and talks about where he got the information from, and it's just really cool, and it makes me want to learn things that I don't know. Is that better? But anyway,
yeah. Full circle.
But no, the quality is really good, and I think he's actually associated, maybe even with a university, partnered with a university to do this. Cool. So it's really neat. It's historical controversies, and you can find that on the old iTunes, and I'm sure you could probably also.
Except we couldn't find it because the link you kept sending us was broken.
It's because you guys were on iOS 11 beta.
I'm on the GM.
That is still not the full release. So
the
full release. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had. So, Maxwell.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, and we look forward to hearing from you. As always, you can like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and VidMe. And you can also reach us on at our email, which is podcast@nerdswithmikes.com. VidMe. Yeah. Wonderful.
Listen.
They put us on their
VidMe.
Follow.
People to follow.
Folks to follow. That's the word. And I loved it. It was great. It was really kind of them.
It was.
They just took our blooper reel of us trying to make our 30-second promo that took us 16 minutes. And it's been great. Thanks to everybody that is watching now or has watched in the past. Love it. Love you guys.
Yeah, I love you guys. And it's not it's new to be able to have conversations through comments. That's not something that we're used to doing a whole lot. So that was kind of fun to be able to talk back and forth with people and chat and comments. So we would appreciate if you guys would keep that up. If there's any feedback that you guys have from us or any topics that you would like us to discuss, anything that's in the nerdy culture, feel free to throw that out there and we would love to discuss it. So yeah, that's all I have. Maxwell?
That is it. Thanks again, guys. Take care and love you real big.
Did you want a kiss too?
I winked.
Oh. You son of a bitch.